need to tunnel through the walls in their cells, but they don't have any tools to do that. I mean, they're in a maximum security prison. They're not allowed to have tools. But luckily, they just happen to know someone who can help them. Joyce. Because, Joyce will do anything for Richard because she's in love with him. And she thinks that maybe if he breaks out, they could finally be together for good. No more sneaking away to give him awkward handies in the broom closet or whatever they were doing. And so Joyce gets to work. Now, lucky for her, along with working in the prison tailor shop, she also works with the cafeteria food. So she hides a bunch of tools in the frozen hamburger meat and she smuggles them in, and she sneaks in like hacksaw blades and chisels and a punch and a screwdriver. Then she hands them off to a corrections officer who's helping her. Now this corrections officer has access to the cell blocks, and so he delivers the tools straight to Richard and David. Once Richard and David have the tools, they get to work. Day after day, they're quietly cutting and drilling the wall in each of their cells, and little by little, they're making progress. Meanwhile, they get Joyce to agree to pick them up in her car and be their getaway driver once they're on the outside. And I guess from there, they plan to flee and Richard and Joyce can live happily ever after. However, here's where the story gets dark. On the night they plan to escape, Joyce's husband isn't scheduled to work, which means he's gonna be at home, which means Joyce can't take their car to pick up Richard and David because husband would notice the car is gone and he might report it and that would throw off their whole escape plan. And so Richard's like, that's all right, I got another plan. And he tells her that before she leaves the house that she needs to drug her husband so that he's knocked out, and then she can leave without him and come pick them up. And after that, Richard is going to personally come back to her house and unalive her husband. And Joyce hears this plan and she's like, all right. Now, after 85 nights of digging and chipping away, Richard and David have both successfully chipped through the walls in both their cells, and they've mapped out their entire escape route through the crawl space, and it's time to actually bust out of this place.